Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message, select videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. So, the energy automatically, I feel, I don't really know how to explain it because I don't feel like sad or upset about something specific or anything like that. It's more, this almost feels more like a level of hesitation or discouragement with something. I don't know if it's like a project somebody wants to start or moving towards another person, just forward movement, period. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like I want to do this. I should, no matter what it is. But yeah, it's like kind of nervous energy. Like, I don't know how it will go, how it will turn out, that kind of thing. So someone might be holding themselves back with whatever this is because they're a little scared. I did see the Fool card. I was like just grabbing like the deck and picking it up, and that's about taking a leap of faith and not worrying so much about the outcome, just kind of going with the flow and like just do it energy. You'll be pleasantly surprised, especially if whatever this is truthful and honest. Like if you're being your authentic self with other people or in this situation, like if it's coming from you, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to work all the kinks out of whatever this is. It's like, in order to progress forward, you have to take that step. So it's like you got to start, no matter how silly it seems or how quote unquote unprepared you may feel. And I also want to say sorry, I haven't been on in a minute. I've had a lot going on. It's been busy, but I've also needed to take time to recenter myself, ground my energy, get my hands in the dirt, plant some flowers, you know, sit out in the sunshine. Does the body and mind and spirit good, you know what I mean? It's just, I channel a lot all the time, even when I don't always realize it's happening, because I'm constantly in other people's heads and not even on purpose. So it gets not overwhelming, because it doesn't get overwhelming anymore. It gets draining. You know, I get tired, and I've literally been spending as much time as possible alone because it just, I needed it. You know what I mean? So I needed a little bit of a break. I don't know how many readings I'm going to get done this week because I'm not planning that out. When it comes to me and I feel the need to do so, I will. I do. Also want to mention I have personals opened, and I do have at least one on the books right now. So I'm going to focus on that as well. So if any of you are interested, you can always email me. I don't normally say that, but I just want to let you guys know. People usually inquire when they're ready anyway. So that's how we roll with that. But the main energy, it kind of fits with the way I was feeling, because I almost didn't want to record. I didn't want to, like, I almost felt like I wasn't ready. Like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to hit play or record, I should say. Maybe someone's going to say that I'm not ready to watch this, listen to this, learn about this, whatever it is. I'm not ready for this. I need more time. I need to know more, something like that. And I've been doing a lot of research lately into different subject matters. I don't know, I've just been falling down that rabbit hole too. So maybe somebody wants to learn more about a specific subject. It's like, I need to know everything before I even. No, just kind of go with the flow with whatever this is. But anyways, we have Spider that came out, and this is all about, you know, creativity and that divine spark, your intellect, where, how do I want to say it? It's like whatever you're pulled to do, whatever this desire is for you, it's pulling at you for a reason, because it's within you, even if it's not perfectly executed. It's almost like something that just comes naturally to you. So whatever this is, it just comes natural. Receiving information and downloads comes naturally to me because I do it unconsciously all the time. But my ego and my conscious mind doesn't always connect the dots, put the pieces together, or fully see it. I see it more and more every day, and I have for a while now. But when I was first starting out, it was almost like, well, I can't help other people, or maybe I shouldn't do readings. Maybe I shouldn't do this because I'm not perfect. You know, I'm not the best of the best. Well, I'll never be the best of the best. None of us will. But I'm the best version of myself today, especially versus what I used to be. You know what I mean? just how I view the world, how I handle situations, the information that comes through, things like that. We grow, we evolve, and this is about not comparing yourself to anybody else. Because if you think about it, you could have a bunch of spiders lined up, and they all have the ability to weave a web, because that's for survival. For them, that's what they're built to do, basically. But every web is different. Each spider builds their web differently. Different location, different pattern. They're not the same because they're individual. It might appear the same. Okay. There's something to do with that, like a level of comparison here. All the webs might appear the same. All tarot readings might appear the same, but it's different. There's little differences in there because you're uniquely you. You put your own touch on something. That could be advice here, like you need to just put your own spin on whatever this is for you. Or maybe you are and you're questioning it, like, it's not like everybody else, or it's not like what I read in a book or whatever, because it's not supposed to be, whatever it is. You're uniquely you, and don't be afraid to shine, is what I want to say with this. Because I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's a lot more talented in said subject matter and whatever this is than they realize. All right. And then with that said, I don't really know why I want to share this, because I haven't really shared many personal things in quite a while. I mean, this doesn't feel like 1,000% personal, but it's like little mini confirmations I used to share all the time. My OGs know that, especially if you've been around for a minute. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I got this confirmation, that confirmation, because it was exciting and new, and it was just like, and I love to hear when other people could relate or similar things that happened to them, which I still love to hear about you guys' stories, just saying. But this was just kind of cool, because I wasn't looking into anything. Like I said, I was taking time for myself. And I feel like this does pertain to this reading for some reason. I'm not sure why, because I really don't know what this stuff means. I just know that it was cool that it came up, that it even happened, kind of thing, So, for example, I don't know what the example is, but anyways, all right, back in June 6, 2022, I wrote, hold on, I have a few bookmarks here because there's a couple things I want to go over. I'm feeling nervous right now, I don't know why. Something's gonna come out. Oh, I have a book to show you too. Anyways, I'm starting to get wicked shaky. I feel like I just need to calm down. I don't know why that came out of nowhere. Someone might be working themselves up over something, over news that's coming out, over a situation. I'm not really sure. But anyways, back June 6, 2022, I wrote, this is all I wrote, gone fishing, on one page. And I remember this day. And the memory popped in my head randomly. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I do remember. Okay. So it popped in my head. I was brought back to it, and I wanted to look through the book. And when I did, I was going, holy shit. So anyways, because a series of things have unfolded. There was this building, and nobody had bought it. It was like, it was just for sale. I'm not going to call it an abandoned building, but there was no businesses or anything in it. And when I used to go on my spiritual drives or walk a lot, just to pull myself away from people and energy, and I don't know, it was like a form of meditation for me, where just information would come through. Well, I would walk around backside of this building, and there's nothing fucking there. It's just an empty parking lot or dirt, whatever, and it was just away from the road, so I'll just kind of wander. And I've done it a couple of times, at least in the past, around this time. It was literally this day that I did it. And I remember I was so drawn to that building, and I didn't know why. I'm like, why am I drawn here? There's nothing here, I wasn't picking up on a spirit or anything like that. My ear's ringing right now. But anyways, like I said, I had written gone fishing, showed you, it's in there. And it's just a white building, nothing. So fast forward to, I don't know, 2 days ago. Yeah, it was about 2 days ago, something like that. What's today? Today's Tuesday. May 20th. Lillian's 5 months old today. So anyways, I'm like, can't forget that day. But I've gone to that building because it's a business now. And there's someone outside who's been spray painting the crap out of the building. It's all different colors and all kinds of shit. And it looks very abstract. It looks cool, but I walked out back and there's a green section, and hidden in the design, it says "Gone Fishing." Out of all the random shit that could have been painted on that building, and that's the same spot that I was staring at the day I wrote this, which was what, 3 years ago. I wrote that 3 fucking years ago, and that's literally on the building right now. Which is kind of, it got me thinking. So I'm like, okay. Sorry if this story seems long and boring. I just don't feel, I don't know. My head's ringing all of a sudden. Like I just felt like I got like a really loud noise in my head. But it filled my whole head. I'm not sure why. So anyways, when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I wrote that down. And that's that day. Oh, holy shit, I connected it. Because I never knew what this meant. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Why did I write it down? Well, I think it was pertaining to future, basically. So then, I will start, even though I wrote this first, I'll start here. I started reading through all these fucking pages. Not all of them are significant, but I wrote down on 6/14/24. So this is 2 years after that. It's a channeling I did. I wrote birds flying, and I was thinking about messages coming in, which, you know, that happens all the time spiritually, with people, whatever. But I have been bird watching lately. I literally posted on Facebook, I feel like an old lady, or I'm officially an old lady because I have 3 bird feeders, gonna have more. I did set up my crow feeding station, and we did get some crows. I'm gonna befriend those motherfuckers, just saying. But anyways, I remember in this vision, it was like, there was blue sky and clouds. It's a cloudy day, and I was watching birds fly in the sky. That's what I've been fucking doing because it's been off and on raining. And the day that I saw the Gone Fishing thing, because that's what led me here, I was doing that. I also wrote in this book within the same timeline or whatever, you look pretty in pink. And I was wearing pink sneakers, I had pink nails, and I was wearing a pink sweatshirt. I know I kind of am still. This one's peach. But while I was reading this book, and I'm like, I am wearing pink today. Holy shit. So anyways, I kept going. Well, I wrote bam. That's it. Just bam. And then lightning. Well, one funny thing is I was cleaning. I've been cleaning and organizing too, because we got to declutter, you know. I'm preparing for a yard sale, but regardless, I found one lightning bolt earring and decided to put it in my ear. Totally random, because it was in the fucking closet somewhere, not whatever. So I'm like, lightning, interesting. Long, flat, smooth table. That's where all my yard sale shit's on right now. I don't know, I just realized that, but that's what's on right now. But I had written down Ragnarok, Norse mythology, magic, which Ragnarok is basically a cleansing of the earth for a new life to begin again type stuff. But there's a lot more in here, but those were significant things, which is, you know, Norse mythology. I wrote that down. I really wrote that down. Yes, I did. And I think that was back, I wrote down the Norse mythology thing in 2022, the same as the Gone Fishing. And then the bird flying and everything was in 2024, so just last year. But like a week ago, well, actually, I have the date. I have saved the receipts. When was this? Not like it's significant, but I want to know. All right. My light's flashing. That's a different lamp, by the way, because the other one went all fucking wonky on me. I'm telling you, it's the energy in this room that's fucking with those touch lamps. It's crazy. Anyways, May 6th is when I went to the bookstore. I wasn't thinking, I didn't even remember what was in this book, because this was before I saw the Gone Fishing thing on the building. Look what book I bought. Norse magic. Spellcrafting with the gods and goddesses of the Nordic tradition. It's got a lot of history about Vikings and stuff in here, but the funny fucking thing is I got it from BAM. Books A Million. I also got some other books, but that's the stuff I wrote down. BAM. Books A Million. I never would have thought that that's what that would have been. You know what I mean? But I was talking about Ragnarok, Norse mythology, magic, Norse magic, which actually I traced my my maiden name's lineage, the origin of the name itself, not my family, because there's so many with that last name, to the Saxons, which the very first thing I read about was the battles that the Vikings, the raids that they would do, and there was something pertaining to the Saxons in there. I can't remember exactly because they're throughout this in the whatever. But I was drawn to look that up while I was looking into like reading this book, and I'm like, wow, it's the same time period. So my maiden name first came about during this time period. Not saying my family, just the name itself. What the fuck are the odds of me want to look that up when I'm immersed in shit like this? Just saying. But anyways, some of you might be coming across information like that, things like that. Something you've written down before is making more sense now, or you're coming across not just valid information, but significant information to you for whatever you need to create, want to create, for whatever this is. The other cool thing is I wrote, this means more than what you think it does. And I wrote Ra, like, you know, Horus and Ra. Make sure to get it done. I never knew what that meant. Guess what? I got the Eye of Ra tattooed on my arm. It's hard to show this way, but I have Horus and Ra, and there's more to come, but I got it. Make sure to get it. Well, I friggin' did. How cool is that? I know it's 17 minutes in, but let's get this party started, you know what I'm saying? I think it's already begun. I feel so much lighter all of a sudden. Like that nervous, shaky energy that I was feeling. I don't know, it just kind of went away. So some information that's going to come through to some of you, maybe you'll find it online, in a book, whatever. Someone might say it. It's going to like calm your fears or ease your mind about something. Or someone else's. It could be how somebody around you's feeling or will be feeling or something. I know my hair's a hot mess. I was going to color it, but I'm waiting because I don't want to have to do it again before my mom's wedding. Excuse me. Alright, so what do we have? We have purity, ice. Something's been frozen in time, which is kind of funny too, with like Norse mythology and all of that. They're located like Norway, Iceland, Sweden, that area, which is cold. But this feels like something significant because she's not frozen. The chick in this card, she's under ice. Like there's a thin layer. It's like blocking one's true self, true potential. It almost feels like this horse riding in is going to fall through the ice and wake this person up. Wake this up within someone. I mean, it could be spiritual guidance. It could be another person, or the information that somebody found is going to be that wake-up call that's going to spark. It's going to wake up this, I don't know. I want to say wake up the beast within, but this doesn't feel bad. Sometimes beasts aren't bad. It's just about perspective, you know? Something's been laying dormant. Like your potential. The situation's been dormant for a hot minute. Something's coming out. Something's coming up. Just saying. That's interesting. Let's get one of these. It's like the great thaw is here. Springtime's here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, legit, it is, at least where I live, but it's more than that. It's making me think of like archaeology when they just stumble upon, you know, someone or something that was frozen in time, and perfectly preserved so that we can look into, you know, how people lived or what these animals are, what they ate, blah, blah, whatever it is, whatever they come across, because it's ancient. There's like ancient wisdom here, because this doesn't feel like that's literally happening. That happens all the time, but that's not what this is. This is, there's like, you're connected to something very ancient, and it feels like information, capabilities, talents, you know, like there's something that's like in your blood, and not just in this lifetime. It's in your DNA, in your makeup. It's gonna wake up. You're waking up to this. The other weird thing, because I don't know, it's connecting me to waking up to like a past life thing, something that you've done in a past life, or just knowledge, power, whatever that you once had that has been forgotten. It's been laying dormant within you, just waiting for the time when you're ready to dive into whatever this is. But like I said, I've been doing research and looking into different things, and one of the things that's downstairs, I have a bunch of books. I've been reading a lot lately. But anyways, one of them is about Reiki, and it's not the book itself. I used a tarot card as a bookmark in that book just because I didn't have anything laying around. I just grabbed it off the table, shoved it in. It's past life. That's what's drawing me to. So it's like learning certain information might wake up something within you. There we go. And if you're drawn to it and it feels good, pay attention. Yeah, you're going to come across some information, some subject matter that's just going to light that spark. Because I'm literally picturing like this beast, this person, this entity sleeping within someone, just sound asleep, just like this person on the card. And all of a sudden something clicks, like you retain some type of information, some knowledge comes in, and all of a sudden the eyes open like, I'm ready to come out. Like, now is my time. Some of you might be being introduced to a new spirit guide as well. I just feel like I never thought you'd wake up. I'm so glad you're awake now. I mean, that could just be a metaphor for someone finally seeing the light, waking up to something or someone as well. Cutting edge. Slice through obstacles and carve a path forward. No, carve a path towards your dreams. You can't make this shit up when these cards like coincide with one another. I'm just saying. Like, there's pure intentions here is what I want to say, but someone has a beast within and they're coming out, and this is like one hell of a monster, and not a negative one. It's like an unstoppable force, because it's realizing that you have whatever these capabilities are, these talents are, whatever this is, like, you can do this in your own way. Because this isn't about comparing anyone. That could be an obstacle here for someone, like comparing your knowledge, your talents, how you do things to another person. Just because things are done differently or look different doesn't mean they're bad. It's just different. That's what this feels like. That's an obstacle for someone, is overcoming what other people think. And you know what that's reminding me of right now, especially if we're talking about people? there could be someone in this energy that hasn't wanted to be around you, associate with you, talk to you, whatever, because of judgment. Like you're weird or you're different from them in some sort of way, no matter if we're talking spiritually or otherwise. And they didn't want to be judged for befriending you, for being there for you, for being around you, for accepting you for whoever you are. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's an obstacle for them, and they're seeing you differently. They're seeing this situation differently. Because, I mean, if you live by what other people think and say and do and whatever, you're not truly living your life, for one. And you're never going to get past the starting line in life. Because you're always going to be following somebody else to stay in line. When you should be running your ass ahead and forging the path ahead regardless of them. Like, oh, you're going that way, you think the finish line's up there, it might be for you, but mine's over here, you know? It's something like that. Someone's changing course. It doesn't feel like a drastic change, it just feels like a change of mindset. I just feel like I want to do more shit for myself versus everyone else, and I don't care if you like it or not. So I'm going to do what I want, because this doesn't feel negative. It doesn't feel bad. So you're not hurting anyone. You're not causing problems. Even if people don't like what you're doing, this almost feels like born leader energy. Like you were born to lead, to be a leader in some arena, in some area of your life. And I feel like you've been stifled for a while. And now you're like waking up to this potential and going, I can take the lead even if no one fucking follows. Because it's not about the people who follow suit. It's about you. That's really what this feels like. So if you're afraid to embark on a new adventure, talk to said person or whatever this is pertaining to, don't be. Because it doesn't matter what other people think or say or do or whatever, because they don't live your life, is what I want to say. But we have dumpster diving, and this is what I was talking about. Judgments of others, when people try to find dirt on you, who cares? But this doesn't feel like someone digging up dirt. You know, there's potential for that all the time. But this feels like gossip and haters, you know, like I don't want people hating on me because I like you, or I don't want people hating on me because they believe differently than me. Well, we all believe differently, you know. Even if there's a group of people that believe similarly, there's always going to be outsiders. It's just the way it is. And if those people want to be assholes, then they definitely can stay outside, you know what I'm saying? Someone's so worried about the opinions of others that they don't want to talk about certain things, that they don't want to try. And if that's not you, it could be someone you're tied to or someone who wants to come towards you. Trash could be significant. I don't know, I'm just staring at the trash bag. So picking up trash, going to the dump, show it trash, something to do with trash. But I don't feel like that's talking about a person. It's not like this person is calling you trash or this person thinks they're trash or whatever. It's not that. Someone might like work at the dump or I don't pick up trash removal services, because I'm just seeing like trash bags. That's what I'm picturing here, but it feels literal. So some of you could be cleaning house too, you know what I mean? Even if you don't do that as a profession. I bagged up a lot of shit, just saying. Had to make 2 trips to the dump, but it's like taking out the trash. People, places, and things that don't serve you. You know, when we truly step into our power and realize our capabilities and our talents and what we want and what we're passionate about, that's how we can weed through people. You know, that's how we know who's in our corner, like who supports us and who doesn't. Because if you're true to yourself and you're doing what you feel is best for you and what you want, and you've got someone that's always been around, that's your best fucking friend or whatever, and they're hating on you, they're not your friend. They're jealous or envious of what you're doing because you're doing something that they feel that they can't, that they're not ready for, or whatever. It's just not for them. That's why they're shitting on it, because you're doing something that makes you happy and they're miserable. Or you're good at something and they're like, oh, I could never do that, fuck you, you know, that type of energy. That's how you know who's there and who isn't. It's like, okay, I've known you forever, but no, you gotta go over there, because I don't want this bullshit in my aura, you know what I'm saying? But really getting in touch with yourself and what you want, what you're passionate about, and taking that leap of faith towards those things will definitely show you who's good for you and who isn't. The scariest part of that is if you are a social butterfly and you're used to having a lot of people around. When that happens, your circle might become a dot. And that sucks sometimes. But I would rather have just the one friend or just hang out with myself until the right people come around, versus hang around a bunch of negative Nancys or Nicks, people who don't have my back, who don't support me, who just talk shit about me behind my back or even in my face. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want that around? Just because you're lonely? Some people do get that way, just saying. I don't know, it just feels like I just don't want people to think poorly of me. So someone's in that energy. That could be where that nervous energy was coming from in the beginning. But we have a secret admirer here. Someone definitely admires your strength, your perseverance, your uniqueness. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. That could also be where the nervous energy is coming in. But whoever's paying attention to you from afar, they are worried about what other people will say, or what a specific person will say. It feels like more than one person, and that is part of an obstacle for whoever's looking at you. But I feel like if this is going to resonate with you, you're probably focused on yourself. Something's waking up within you, and you're just diving headfirst into whatever this is for you. It could be many things as well, but that would be your focus, and you're totally unaware that this person's even paying attention to your ass, because they haven't said anything, they haven't come forward. This isn't someone that's in your everyday. This is someone who's probably avoiding you because they don't want to be judged by others, because you're different than they are. All right, so we have close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. They might deal with depression too, just saying. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So it's like, no matter how shitty your job is, no matter how difficult life can get, there's always time to smile. You know what I mean? There's always something to be grateful for, to be thankful for. And sometimes we have to retrain our minds, our brains, to be more positive. That's where positive affirmations come in. And I know that some people find that to be silly. Usually people who watch my readings don't find things like that to be silly, because they're useful and it's a useful tool that you've already used for yourself. But if you're in a negative mindset, and I know this because I've been there in the past, you know, there's a lot of things I've gone through and had to overcome, and it took years. It didn't happen overnight, you know. It's like when you're ready to let your heart really open up and feel that, sometimes it sucks. Actually, it does suck, but it's worth it, because that's just a blip in the map in the grand scheme of things. It's a moment in time. But anyways, where was I going with that? Like, negative mindset, where it's like, if you're in a negative mindset, you're gonna go, yeah, right. If I just tell myself, like, okay, say I'm down on my appearance and I'm going, oh my god, my hair's a disaster, I'm getting old, I got wrinkles, I'm fat, I have my, you know, whatever, the blemishes, I got a pimple, you know, whatever. I don't know. Someone could be looking in the mirror and saying these things to themselves. And then if like, say you come in, or someone else goes, well, you know, next time you have that thought where you're like, I'm fat, redirect your thought and look at yourself in the mirror, or don't, just say it to yourself. When that thought comes in, go, I'm not fat, I'm beautiful, I'm handsome, I'm healthy. Just change the verbiage, or focus on something that you do like about yourself. So if you are concerned about your weight, and that's just an example, because not everybody is, and that's not the only thing that people care about, you know, when it comes to their appearance. instead of focusing on the negative aspect, the flaw, the quote unquote flaw that someone's seeing, focus on something that you do like about yourself. Like when I was dealing with like body dysmorphia and stuff, because I used to battle with bulimia and stuff when I was a teenager, when I had started the practice of positive affirmations, which truly does work. It just changes the way you think of things and how you perceive life versus just, it's like you look at everything as being horrible to, wow, why did I see it that way? And it does take time, but the only thing that I liked about myself was my eyes at the time. That was it. And that was the one thing that I would redirect myself to. And then before you knew it, there was another thing that I would add to the list of things that I liked about myself, even if it wasn't appearance wise, being like my sense of humor, my personality, whatever. I would just say those things to myself. So every time the negative thought would come in, I would just shove it away and replace it with a positive thought. And now I'm pretty positive. Like, I very rarely have negative thoughts. If I do, I'm probably tapping into somebody else 90% of the time. I mean, I am human, so of course we have our moments, but it's nothing that weighs me down. Do you know what I mean? So someone might need to focus on things like that. You do deserve to be happy, regardless of what other people think and say and do and want. Someone might be afraid to step out of their comfort zone because of ridicule and judgment, or their family might be upset if they do or say whatever this is, if they're part of your life, or if they embark on this endeavor, project, career, whatever. It's reminding me of like in movies all the time, where this is just an example because it doesn't matter what class you are, what class you're in. They always have like a wealthy family, and the dad's like, son, you're gonna take over my firm. You're gonna be a lawyer. You're gonna be whatever the business is in the movie. You're gonna take over the family business and be a millionaire. And the kid's like, I don't fucking want to do that. So it's a big problem because, it ruins somebody else's plans. That was their dream, not the kid in the movie, you know what I mean? Not your dream. That could be going on for someone where it's like, I feel obligated to do things this way, to live my life whatever way this is, to be at this career, whatever, because that's what's expected of me. That's what my family wants. That's what someone's significant to this person, you, whoever, that's what they want. And you're like, or this person, someone's just going, that's just not for me. I don't want that. I don't want to follow in your footsteps because it's just not right for me. It doesn't mean that it's not a good idea or that it wouldn't be prosperous or good for someone. It just might not be fulfilling. Because money isn't everything, just gonna say. Someone could be doing something for money as well, like I'm only in this career for financial gain because that's what I need, and that could be how they were raised. So we have the Two of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, someone's trying to make a decision to walk away from something or someone. It's like, this just isn't for me. It's like those cups could be filled with whatever, but whatever it is not what you want. And that could pertain to a relationship as well. It's like, yeah, this looks picturesque. This looks wonderful. This looks like the best job ever, the best project ever, the best collaboration, the best relationship, the best family. But I'm not fulfilled. Something's going up in smoke. I just noticed there's like smoke coming out of one of those cups. I never noticed that in this card, just saying. Whatever it is, it's just not, it's not what you want. And that's okay. That's what I want to say. Someone's really struggling with a decision because they feel like they're going to upset someone or multiple people. It really could pertain to matters of the heart as well. Now I'm going to start choking. Sheesh. You're just focused in a completely different direction than this person. I kind of want to say with the smoke coming out of that cup, somebody burned something to the ground, or that's what they're afraid to do because they know when they walk away, it's just going to torch a situation. Like everything's just going to go to crap. But is it? You know, because sometimes those tower moments really suck in the moment, but they're beneficial for everyone in the end. Because if it ain't right for you, it's definitely not right for the other people involved because you're not supposed to be there. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense for any of you, but 40 minutes already. I feel like somebody just doesn't want to hurt another person. It's almost like if I do this, it's like stabbing someone in the back, betraying them because I said I wouldn't, or I don't know what the reasoning would be, but it could pertain to a work endeavor or a project. I do feel love and relationships in here, so there is someone who is dealing with issues with something to do with matters of the heart, whether it's romantic love, family love, friend love, whatever. But it feels like there is some type of love situation in here that someone's having a hard time with. I don't know if they're having a hard time letting go or moving towards someone they love. Either way, the issues with that, I feel like, have to do with judgments of others. But I also feel that with this project or career path, like I was talking about switching careers, like, oh, you have a good thing going right now. Why would you let that go and go do this? That's stupid. Like, you're going to let this money go for what? For a leap of faith? You know, that kind of thing. Well, you know, no risk, no reward is what I want to say. But whatever this is doesn't feel that risky. Hell, it could be even a side hustle, but I guess I could use this as an example because I'm really feeling someone's scared to leave a job or something, and I'm not advising anyone to do anything. If this is for you, you've been contemplating it for a hot minute, you already know what you want to do, you're just scared to do it, basically. Someone might even be afraid to relocate or something, maybe because of work, like they're stable where they're at, but they don't want to be where they're at, they want to go somewhere else, and it's like, am I going to be able to find work kind of thing. Something surrounding work, money, stability. But anyways, I used to work at the casino, and I worked in human resources, and I made really good money, which is what kept me there for as long as it did, because it was stressful. Like, I mean, it made me physically sick. That's how stressed I was. And there was just problem after problem. It was almost like the universe going, you don't belong here, you don't belong here. And I'm going, but I need the fucking money. You know what I mean? Like, I was in that mentality. And that's what I'm thinking of. But finally, I was like, you know what? My health, my well-being, my fucking sanity is more important than this paycheck. Yes, I need to live. Yes, I need to survive. Yes, I need to be responsible. But you know what? If I'm dead, none of it fucking matters anyways. You know what I mean? Like, because I felt like I was killing myself there because it was just so rough. So I made that scary choice to go from a decent living to nothing. And I started doing tarot, and it's still been slow when it comes to the financial aspect of it. But I always knew, because I was always told by spirit, I didn't understand that's really what or who was telling me at the time, that I would always be taken care of, that I would always have enough. And these strange circumstances and weird events have always unfolded around me at the perfect time to make sure I'm always good. I've never been without, I've never been rich, but I've always had enough. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm thankful for that because I'm happier. That's why I always say money isn't everything. And the people that are striving to have those fat bank accounts and driving their ass into the ground for it, that's not happiness. That's not what life's about. And it's really not worth it because there's an ebb and flow to money, and you can bust your ass and earn enough to save for retirement, and then a catastrophe happens and it's all gone in a second. And it's like, my whole life savings gone now? What am I going to fucking do? I pissed my life away because I worked my life away. What do I have to show for it? Nothing. So money isn't everything. So do what makes you happy. Do what you're pulled to do, because someone's pulled to do something. They're nervous about it, though. Probably because of money. But I feel like, yeah, take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. I'm not happy here. I'm not happy with this. I want to do blah, blah, whatever. But whatever this is, you're making it happen for yourself. Yeah, you are. You're making it happen for yourself with the Magician. Someone's also manifesting connections. So this is about networking as well. You might be calling in like-minded people, or there could be some phone calls coming in or going out pertaining to whatever this is, like a sense of collaboration. I want to work together with you kind of thing. Or I have some questions about how to execute whatever, how to do whatever. Yeah, because there's information here. There's someone you can talk to about this, or someone this person could talk to about this, probably you if it ain't for you. Someone's afraid to talk to you. There's earth energy here, but pentacles are also money. A lot of time has passed as well. So there's money issues and time. Time and money are issues here in this situation. But anyways, that's what I have for you. I feel like I just want to say go for it, because I feel like this energy is coming up because someone is heavily thinking about taking a leap of faith, doing something, moving towards someone. They just feel stuck right now. But this is keeping yourself stuck because of outdated ways of thinking, you know? And nerves. Someone's scared. They're afraid and they're scared. Someone's scared, but it's okay. Fear is just an illusion, but it feels very fucking real when we're in the moment and feeling it, you know what I mean? But that's what I have for you. Wake that beast right up. Love you guys. Peace.